Do you want to know the top 6 tips that screen printers can't ignore? You definitely want to stick around for number 1. Welcome to the AlmighTees channel, and we're going to talk about that next. Number 6 is stirring your ink or getting your ink up to workable temperature. Before I get printing for the day, I like to take my ink spatula and my ink and kind of get the top layer of ink moving around, get it worked up, modulated. Plastisol has a working temperature, an optimal working temperature, and you need to get it up to that optimal working temperature, especially in colder times of the year, will help get it loosened up and will help to get it flowing through your screen. Some other things you can do is if you have a motorized ink mixer, that's always a good idea to put your white ink especially in that and let it get moving. Let that mixer get that ink moving around. You can even use a paint auger with a drill, and that's what we have in the back area of our office. One of the things you might want to think about doing is keeping your ink in a climate controlled area of your shop. If that's not available, one of the things that you can do that I've heard some people will do is put their ink under their flash as their flash is heating up. Don't let it get too close, and that will kind of help your ink get it up to that working temperature. One thing that I would not do is I would not put your bucket of ink on top of your flash or on your dryer, as that hotter temperature can cause your ink in the very bottom part of your bucket to begin to harden. Number 5 is skipping a platen at every size change. Printing alone or don't have anybody at the end of the dryer to catch your shirts, here's a tip that'll help keep you organized. Okay, let's say I'm printing an order. I'm not. This is for demonstration purposes only. And I load the shirt onto the platen. I print, and this is the last size that gets printed. Rotate it around to be flashed. Now the first one, imagine this has a print on it, gets the second white, and I print the second white, pull it off, drop it on the dryer belt, and then I leave this platen blank, and I'll keep printing until that empty platen comes around, and then I'll know that all my sizes up to that point are on the dryer belt going into the basket. Then you can go to the end of the dryer, you can catch up on that size, get them folded and counted, and make sure your order's correct, and then continue on. Number 4 is burning multiple images into the same screen. The next tip is about utilizing the amount of space that you have on your screen. For instance, for this print, we included the front and the sleeve print on the same film and then burned the screen that way, so that all we have to do is when we get finished with one side of the screen, we just flip the screen 180 and continue printing. Here's the example of the screen on press. I'd already printed the fronts. Now I flipped my screen around and I'm going to start printing the sleeve prints next. Number 3 is an ink color change. So if you ever find yourself printing an order where you've got multiple ink colors in the same order on the same screen, you always want to start with your lightest color ink first and then move to your darkest inks. You can't, if you start with the darker ink, there's going to be some of that residue left over no matter how well you clean your screen, and it's going to end up contaminating your lighter colors. So rule of thumb, always start with your lighter colors first and then move to your darker ink colors. Number 2 is orienting your shirts so that when you print a sleeve, it makes it easier. So when I lay my shirts out to print a sleeve, I always like to orient my shirts so that my left sleeve is my left side and my right sleeve is my right side, so that whenever I'm printing them and I go to grab the sleeve, I always know that in that orientation that I'm grabbing the correct one. And number 1 is using your temperature gun in conjunction with your donut probe. I'm here at the end of the dryer and I've got a curing tip for you. to use your heat temperature gun along with your donut probe and your digital thermometer. If you don't know how to use this device and don't have one, I'm going to link a video that I made in one of these areas so that you can go and watch that and see how that one works. Now, for those of you that do know how that process works, what you want to do is you want to get an accurate temperature inside your shirt using your donut probe, and once you have that minimum required temperature to cure that particular ink that you're printing, then you run another shirt down, and with, what do I do with it? The temperature gun, you temp it while the ink film is still under the heating elements, and you get that temperature. And so then you don't have to run that blasted donut probe through your shirts. If you just know what the inside of your shirt temperature is, that'll help you get a more accurate when you're measuring the surface. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. And if you did, would you mind giving it a thumbs up? And if you wouldn't mind, would you consider subscribing to the channel? And if you do, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted whenever we upload new videos. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.